Tomorrow is the day some techies have been waiting for months. Apple's touchscreen tablet computer called the iPad goes on sale to the public. And now for a closer look at what this gadget has to offer, we are joined by up-to-the-minute technology consultant John Quain. John, thanks for being here.
Good morning.
All right, you're smiling about this. The iPad, tell us about it. What makes it so revolutionary?
Well, it's been hyped for a long time, but basically a lot of people said it's just a big iPhone. And yes, it is just a big iPhone. It is, except it doesn't have the phone part. But just being a big iPhone in and of itself is a really different sort of thing to use, especially sitting in your living room, cruising through the internet, watching some videos, reading books and magazines. It's a very different experience because it doesn't have a keyboard.
Right.
It's just this big screen.
And that you're touching.
And that you're touching to basically, they keep saying, consume media, to look at content, to look at things. Not to create things so much, because that's kind of difficult on this device, but it's really meant to consume all this media. So the hype is not just, wow, shiny, shiny gadget, but it's also a lot of businesses are looking at this going, maybe I can save my business, or maybe I can start a new business. Now, since I write for the New York Times has a special software application they hope to push across to the iPad. Many magazines that I also write for are hoping that they can put their special versions
on the iPad.
On the iPad.
Right.
I've talked to them, they're working on it already, and they're hoping people will pay for those applications.
Now, the average person out there, they've said, hey, this is great. Techies, though, have some mixed reviews. From your experience with it, what do you think is not working and what is great about it?
I think the question of whether it's going to be a good book reader is a pretty open question, because you're looking at actually a very bright LCD screen. You know, you're looking at light, basically. Amazon's Kindle is out there. It's only $259.
Right.
There are 500,000 books available for from Amazon's Kindle, and there's also free wireless connection. We're talking about a book. I just touch a button, I download the book. You cannot do that with this first version of the iPad.
Okay.
It's only going to be Wi-Fi. The very first version, the cheapest one, is about $500.
$500.
So you know,
do you think that people should run out and get this right now, or should they hold off and wait?
I would wait. Later this month, there's going to be a model with an AT&T cellular data service, 3G service, and that'll be $30 a month for unlimited data access. So then you can download books from the iTunes store. But that's another little catch and fly in the ointment. Everything is through the iTunes store. Books are through the iTunes store, music, everything else. You can't connect a USB device to an iPad. You can't easily download pictures. You have to buy an adapter and only do it a certain way, because they want everything to go through their very own store. And I think there's going to be some confusion about ebooks, because you can take some unprotected ebooks,
right,
copy them through the iTunes store and onto your iPad. But if you've bought an ebook from, let's say, Barnes & Noble, you can't do that.
That sounds complicated to me.
It's going to be confusing
also,
for a while.
I've heard that Flash video doesn't work on there.
That's another big issue. Most of the video online on the internet is in Flash, Adobe's Flash.
Right.
It doesn't play on the iPad. They want you to use a different format. Now, here at CBS, people are working on converting it over to that format, so it will play on the iPad as a point of fact, but it won't right now. And a very popular website, Hulu, that has all those free videos and TV shows, will not work on the iPad. There's a lot of rumors about them doing one that will be for pay for the iPad. So there are all these extra little expenses when you get an iPad. If you want more memory, it's another $100. You know, if you want the wireless, it's $130 over the Wi-Fi version. So you have to keep looking at those prices. You know, the top price is over $800 for the top-end machine.
All right, so right now, probably not replacing the laptop anytime soon.
Not, but if you're a casual gamer, last thing, games look really good on it. I think games will really rock on that. That's something that people haven't talked about a lot.
Okay.
That'll really drive sales. I think a lot of people will enjoy that.
All right, well, they'll have their chance to buy it starting tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay. John Quain, thank you so much for joining us this evening.